I've got some bad news, folks. Christmas is going to be canceled. There's nothing I can do. This weather.
Oh, geez, Rudolph, will you turn that thing down? Who are you? Oh, wow, is that an A1 stock box you have there? Wow, my boy, you could save Christmas with that thing. It's so bright. I have an idea. We're gonna strap you to the front of my sled, and we'll deliver these gifts before the night is out. Thank you, A1 Trading. You saved Christmas.
Welcome to Live in the Markets with Trader Nick. In this show, Nick will cover the latest market trends, whether they're rising or falling. Stick around to hear about trade ideas, latest news, and much more. Remember that trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. Today's stream is made possible by our partners and sponsors. If you're looking for a new broker, trying to get funded, or looking for a trading community to join, consider checking out the links in the description below. By using these links, you'll get access to great products and be supporting the channel.
Welcome to my live streams where I take trades on real accounts, no nonsense, no fake MT4 profits. On my streams, you'll usually see me taking a look at software tools that we use to analyze the markets to try and get the latest market trends that are going on. We study things like the Commitment of Traders report, which shows us what institutional traders are buying and what they're selling. We look at seasonality to try and predict and find opportunities in the market based on historical data. Stay tuned for the second half of the stream where we'll bring in guests from all over the place to add commentary on what's going on in the markets. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Markets are surprisingly busy here today as we inch closer to Christmas with all the Christmas themes on the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed some of that. We do our best to keep things lively and fun on the show each day. And just super thankful to be back with you guys. Again, we got 150 people in the live stream right now. If you guys are enjoying the stream or, if you're a regular, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. It really helps just to support the content, and it pushes the stream in the YouTube algorithm to more traders who might be interested in this stuff. So smash the thumbs up button and let's take a look at some of the latest. Okay, so I want to start with something, of course, very impactful to the day. Look at this, you guys. The yen. It's all about the yen today. December 20th, 2022, we have a lot of yen volatility, and we've got to talk about this. This is the yen across the board here. We're looking at the currency heat map for the Japanese yen, and what you'll see is that across the board, everything is down. You see, the least impacted is the EURJPY, which is still down over 3% on the day, 3.27% as of the latest import on the Edge Finder. That is an aggressive sell-off here to start the day. And with the worst case being AUDJPY, or the Australian dollar, crossed against the Japanese yen, down just shy of 4% on the day. That's a big move for a single day in the currency market, and we've got to cover this. In fact, you can see across all the other currency crosses that the yen is taking the center stage. NZDJPY you can see everything else looks small compared to this yen movement. So what happened? What caused all this? And what can we pay attention to as we get started here today? Well, currency heat map is always nice to check. This is what we try and start the streams with often. It's a feature within the Edge Finder. Just go to the heat map within the Edge Finder and you can get it there. By the way, if you want to do these scans on your own time, whenever you want, you can use this within the Edge Finder. If you don't have it, let's drop a link in the chat. Chandler, if you don't mind, for people who would like to try it out, we do have a free trial available for the Edge Finder, or you can just get it in the description. But I use it every day to help me find the biggest movers. So looking at the Japanese yen, let's start with the least damaged. And this is saying a lot. The euro yen is the least volatile, and it looks like this. Crazy. Comparing it, though, with the worst, Aussie yen, which has just gotten absolutely crushed. In a single 4-hour candle, we saw 360 pips to the downside on the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. And again, this is how I start every day. I look at the Edge Finder to see, and rarely do I see such a big spike on the actual the market heat map, but the market heat map showed us that this Japanese yen is just crazy across the board. And what do you guys think? Do me a favor in the chat. Are you guys bullish or bearish on the Japanese yen? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. I'd be curious to see. My CHF trade was crushed. Yeah, I mean, it's across the board. The Swiss yen down here. What is this? Let's see how many pips. Down 540 pips. That is absolutely crazy. Just volatility across the board here today. So, question is it a buy? And the answer for me is no way I'm touching it when it's just in free fall like this. I've got to see something sort of come together. And, you know, I'm going to go to the watch list now. I'm going to be a little biased here and talk about the ones that I like the most off of the watch list here. These are going to be where we tend to focus is when we go to the watch list section, it generates a report. I happen to know off the top of my head that NZDJPY is one of these, which of course has gotten crushed. And, you know, in a single candle, it looks like that uptrend kind of fell apart. And this is where, you know, this is why we trail stops and we keep stops relatively tight. There was some money to be made. You can see all my orders. I was long. I was making money on this thing on the way up. And fortunately, was all out of there. Didn't take any further loss. But this would have been a nasty loss if you had held this with no stop loss, right? This is why we talk about stop losses. This is why when we trade with the trend, you understand that trends can end. And when they do, you have to be very, very careful, right? So, you know, if I look at the edge finder here, what we're looking at today is a lot of the yen crosses fell right off. Look at this. I was wrong. NZDJPY is no longer on the buy category. It got wiped off the face of the earth with this drop. The edge finder is already on top of things saying, hey, you know what? That looks bearish, right? This is not something I want to buy. This is not something I'm jumping in front of, because as soon as you think, hey, this thing looks like it's gone too far, guess what the next candle could do? It could do this. Is that going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not saying that it's certainly going to happen. I'm just saying, do not expect that because this thing has dropped this far, that it cannot drop much further than that. The market is crazy like this. A lot of times people will see this and they'll say, oh, I'm going to buy this. It's a great discount. But remember, there's a reason this thing is tanking. And the major reason is some statements from the Bank of Japan. Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can get you guys the latest. So let's see. Japan holds rates, widens yield target range. So that's the big thing, right? So Japan made a statement recently, of course, which caused this massive spike. Japan holds their interest rates and widens their yield target range. That alone, the market did not like that. The market saw that and said, okay, scary. So yes, of course, the interest rate did come out as expected. That's probably not where the market got all freaked out. What really was their interesting point was their statements about widening yield target range. And just, you know, sometimes you get these meetings and the tone, the forecasting, the way they speak. I mean, people eat that stuff up. Whenever Jerome Powell speaks, it's the same thing, right? Everybody pays attention to what he says and the antics and how he says it, and tries to forecast, you know, what their plans are under the surface based off of some of that stuff. So, yeah. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Ellie, hopefully that answered your question. So what's happening with JPY? Yeah, so, I mean, across the board, it doesn't seem like I have many yen crosses. Swiss yen is let's look at this. So CAD yen actually coming up as a sell now. GJ also coming up as a sell now. Wow. Swiss yen, the one cross that maintains a bullish bias. And Swiss yen. Swiss yen, oh, Swiss yen. So is this a buy? Still probably not a buy for me. Even though we are hitting support, this is a trade that's probably even, I'm a swing trader, this is probably still outside of my scope, because this is, you know, waiting for that sort of move. If we throw on an average true range on the Swiss yen, this is a longer term trade, because look at this. So we're looking at the 14-day average true range. Most recently, we're seeing 190 pips per day on average. So what that would mean is 200 pips a day, it would still, if we saw 200 pips a day, it would take us 3 days. I guess that's crazy volatility. The Swiss yen is moving lately. Swiss yen is really moving. 3 days to correct back up there? Wow. Very interesting. I'd like to see how this candle closes. Honestly, you know, it's challenging a support level. If this thing breaks underneath, Swiss yen technically does not look good. But if Swiss yen can hold 143 today, might actually be a strong opportunity for sort of a longer term bounce play. This thing has been trending up on the higher time frames for a while. So if you are a bull, this is definitely, in my view, this is the last line of defense, right? So yeah. So a big red candle like this, doesn't that red impulse give an idea it's going further down? Well, so yes, and I'm definitely not, like I said, I'm not buying any yen crosses here today. At least unless I see something I really like. There's nothing I'm buying here because of that, you know, just because, you know, when you get a huge red candle like this, you have to be careful that, you know, that's not the start of just a major downtrend continuation. But at the same time, sometimes you get these moves and it's in the context of a higher time frame uptrend and it's worth the risk, right? Because you might catch that volatility that just swings back and punches sellers in the face. So, you know, if there's a setup, there's a setup, even if there's high volatility around it. So I'm not completely opposed to the idea of picking up Swiss yen or something like that. But again, I'm going to have to look around and see if there's things I want more. This is not a particularly attractive day to be buying crosses against the yen, as it's fresh news and a lot of momentum to the downside there for a lot of the yen crosses. Let's keep looking around, see what's going on with some of the other crosses. I wanted to show you guys dollar yen as well. Dollar yen, similar story here. Really kind of fell apart, right? You had this beautiful uptrend. We caught a lot of the volatility on the way up, some beautiful uptrend continuation moves that we were a part of. It was awesome. Since then, though, we've really fallen apart, right? Prices completely failed and continued to shoot to the downside. So downtrend structure really seems to be the narrative lately with the dollar against the Japanese yen. And this is higher time frame stuff. So yeah. What broker am I using? So Pandora, good question. This gives me a chance to talk about both the brokerage that I use as well as our partnered brokerage. So I'm in the US, so I have some limitations on what I can trade with. I personally trade with Oanda. You can see my live account. I trade directly on TradingView by using Oanda. If you're in the US, check out Oanda. The link is down below in the description. If you're outside of the US, I recommend 8cap. And 8cap is in the top right hand of the screen. And also there's a link for them in the description. If you're considering 8cap, they're awesome. They have so many different assets you can trade. I really wish that I could trade with 8cap. It's just that I have limitations in the US. We can't sign up with 8cap. They're a regulated entity in Australia. So check them out. Again, link for 8cap is in the description. And I believe in 2023, they will be tradable on TradingView again. They've paused on that for some technical difficulties, I suppose, but they are planning to get back on TradingView. So once you sign up and everything, you can actually log into your account, trade directly on TradingView with 8cap. So yeah, check it out. And again, if you would like to, use the link in the description. It supports this the streams and the channel. If you do sign up, it is an affiliate link, and they are our partners. They support us financially with these live streams. So thank you for using the link. If you do choose to, you are awesome. So let's see. Let's see. I'm going to keep looking around. So dollar yen down here today. I mean, a lot of the yen crosses. Let's keep looking and see if we can find something. So dollar CAD, strong buy potential. Let's go look. Dollar CAD, 4-hour chart. Seems like a pretty healthy uptrend here on the dollar against the CAD. Would like to see some sort of break and retest. A little bit choppy here recently. And this is the thing I've been struggling with recently. I talked about this on Twitter yesterday. By the way, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I'm going to drop my link in the chat. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already. I put out some content on there. I have some fun over on Twitter. Tweet me. I try and respond to everybody. Very choppy markets recently. I've been struggling with it. I'm still going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep looking for setups. If they're there, I will take them. But if they are not, I will not. What about gold? I want to look at gold here today. So, because gold actually seems to be moving with some of the yen volatility, gold seems to be moving nicely. If you caught that 38.2, then congratulations. Did not after the stream yesterday. We never got to a point where I could enter. I really, really wanted this, this pullback play. I'm sorry. No, I set this up wrong. I didn't get the 61.8%. It was very close yesterday. Look at this. I'm kicking myself today. So the one real idea that I liked yesterday was gold on the long side at a 61.8% retracement. And look at this, you guys. This is, I'm gonna try and stay real with you guys. Price just missed my idea for an entry. So let's go back in time. I'll show you guys something. So this was yesterday, right? Yesterday on stream. Yesterday, 8 a.m. Stream's at 9. I get on 9 o'clock. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, 61.8. I'm going to get long gold, right? Price starts to come down. So this is yesterday's price action. Price comes down. I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my order. If we tag that 61.8, I'm going to look to go long gold. Look what happens. Right before the 61.8. Right before it, with, you know, with just a pip or so, or a couple pips to spare, it moves off that level and doesn't give me a chance. And now we are here today. A little tough, not gonna lie. I only cried for 20 minutes, but it's okay. It happens. Yeah, no, it definitely was a tough one to watch, but it's okay. It really does happen to everybody. Sometimes you just miss the trade, and that's perfectly fine. Despite that, we are here for the next day. We're here for more setups, and let's talk about this. 50% retracement now looks good on gold. We've got nice patterns here to the upside. I'm happy to look to go long here if we do get a pullback. This is mostly a technical play on gold. I just have been, with the dollar kind of coming down recently with inflation, I've been looking fundamentally for an opportunity to get long gold going into the new year. A retest of 1797. It's close to that round number play at 1800. I think you should see support in this area if buyers are going to stay strong. So if price, and you can already see it kind of came into that area, hit that round number play 1800 and bounced off that this morning. So if it does double back and retest here in the next day or so, I will be looking to get long XAU USD. So for my gold traders out there, I am sad about it. I missed that great move. Very, very close to getting that perfect entry, but it happens. How do I trade gold? I trade gold on my Webull account. So I'm actually able to trade an ETF. So in the US, I mentioned it's a little bit complicated, and people outside of the US, you may or may not relate depending on what your country's regulations are like. But in the US, I can't trade XAU USD as that is a CFD on my regulated Forex brokerage. Within the US, we are not allowed to trade CFDs. If we want to trade gold or the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or something, we have to do it on the stock market or the futures market. That's the only way to do it regulated. If you want to go to offshore brokerages, that is an option, but you do incur higher risk when trading with those sort of accounts, as you don't fully know what's going on behind closed doors with offshore brokerages. Doesn't mean they're all bad. It just means you can't know for sure. It's like trusting a guru on social media that doesn't have a track record. They can sound really good, but you don't actually know if they're legit. And yes, that is a very, very comparable analogy. I'm realizing it's the same thing, right? Like offshore brokerages, same concept as traders that look legit on social media but don't show track records. It's you can be fooled very easily. Do you think stochastics are also an important indicator on small time frames? Hey, stochastics are not something that I use, but it doesn't mean that just because I don't use them, one of the most foolish common mistakes I see in the trading space is people bashing other people's strategies, saying that it can't work. At the end of the day, it's numbers and track records. That's all that matters. And for you, if you use stochastics and you're like, hey, I've back tested, I'm seeing some good results, and I've got some performance behind me that looks good, who am I to tell you that it's not working, right? Remember, it's all about results and performance, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. You did pick that move. Hey, congratulations on that. I wish I was in this gold move. I'm feeling a little left out today. Yesterday was amazing. I made some money on my short position on gold. You must have caught some of that movement there. Congrats on that. That's an awesome move. Look at that. 1809 coming into play, retesting the highs as we speak here on stream. Very interesting for the day traders out there. Watch this break. Many day traders may look for something like this. Breaks and retests again. Oh, look at that move right there, you guys. A nice spike on the 15-minute chart. We broke clean through that level. Can we hold this? Look at that. That's an aggressive pop to the upside here. Gold looking very, very strong here. And we've got 10 minutes left on this candle, guys. This will be very interesting to watch. Day traders, check this out. So we get the swing low. 1815, retest. 1808, continuation. And many of my day trading friends will know all about this style, right? Day trading is something that is, it can be awesome. There's no doubt day trading can be awesome. The only thing I don't love about day trading is the amount of effort per, if you're trying to catch 3 trades a day, you are sitting there working for 5 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, watching the charts. No Trader Jake today. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. We'll miss Jake today. Thing I love about swing trading, I mean, you guys see me on these live streams. I stream for 30 minutes to an hour a day. And that session is most of what I do for my trading each day. Let's keep going down the line. Look at AUD, NZD, GBP, NZD, AUD, USD. What about Euro, NZD? I've been watching Euro, NZD for possible sells. We'll come back to gold in a moment. So Euro, NZD, is this worth it? Is this worth another attempt? So this is, if I do take this trade, this is a higher time frame trade for sure. Let's see, is this worth it? Daily chart. Support, support, resistance, resistance, but with a higher low. I don't love it. Just, man, I will say this. I am telling you guys right now, I do want to take a trade. It's just not happening, though. There's nothing setting up for me. I said this yesterday. I even tweeted about it. I told you guys I was frustrated by this. Sometimes there's just no setups, and you just have to sit there and wait. Pound USD has a sell bias in the edge finder. What we're waiting for, if anything, would be to see if this actually becomes supply. And for that to become supply, we would need this level to break. Haven't happened yet. Very choppy recently on the pound. So not a whole lot to talk about there. How do I know Raja Banks? Bonnie, I've been in this game on YouTube trading for a long time. At least what feels like a long time. I've been trading for about 6 years. I've been on YouTube for about 3 or 4, just under 4, I guess. All the creators know each other. This is our career path, right? I'm an influencer in the trading space. I know all the guys, all the big guys. Do they all know me? Maybe not, but I know a lot of them, and I'm friends with a lot of them. Let's see. But yeah, no, if you're like in trading and like you're like 3 months in or even a year in, you realize the space is actually pretty small. Like there's only so many names that, get the sort of veteran status, if you will. USDCHF. Yeah, see, USDCHF just too choppy for me. Nothing there. Too choppy. I mean, this is if you trade ranges, beautiful chart. If you trade trends like myself with most of my discretionary trading, terrible, just super ugly. You're a known guy in Pakistan. Our groups are here waiting for your live streams. It's cool to know. If I ever come to Pakistan, I'll have to stay with one of you guys. Let's see. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm still looking, guys. I'm still looking for setups today. I am genuinely hunting across the board to find something. It's just been so choppy. I mean, every year this happens, and every year is a little bit different. Last year, I believe I had a number of setups that were working great during this time, but this year things have just gone very, very quiet. I mean, despite, the only thing I'm really seeing here today is, of course, the Japanese yen. The Japanese yen is introducing some volatility into this market, which is, good. The S&P 500 continues to look bearish. It breaks underneath support here today, or not today, in the last couple of days, and has continued to sink. So the S&P 500, I'm going to take a quick look at the bond market, something I don't do often. TLT gapping down here today. This is the bond market, can be very telling about stuff. US 10-year as well, making a move up here today. Again, this thing tends to rise when the market is fearful, right? So when markets get scared, you oftentimes see bond yield rising as well in recent times. That's kind of been the latest correlation with the bond market. So a weird one, but one to at least consider. GJ, what about pound yen? Probably moving with some serious volatility here today. And, these big moves, they make it tough because the volatility is great. And if you get a pop back the other direction, you might have something here. But this is from a swing trader's perspective. Only interest is once you get up to that 61.8. So again, this gets frustrating because it's like, okay, so you're saying we have to see a ginormous rally just for a trade to set up. And that is in fact what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's 380 pips to the upside before there's a sell side opportunity. So if you caught the move, in reality, let's be completely honest. The move, I know this is so obvious now, but check this out. The move was already here, right? And I know people are in the audience, they're rolling their eyes. They're like, of course it was, Nick, but how do you catch it? You got to call them when they're happening, not after they happen. And I hear you. I agree with you. I'm just, showing you this was such a, messing up. Hold on. So the move that happened here was mostly fundamental, but still at a technical level, price was holding resistance beautifully and then just tanked. So congrats if you caught that. Very nice move if you caught that on GJ. I mean, that is a massive drop. If you had pending take profits anywhere, they probably got tagged. Crude oil. Yeah, let's go look. What's going on with the oil market? Trending up, trying to hold. If you're looking at the oil market, looking like it's trying to break this downward little lower high concept. If that pops to the upside, you might get some continuation moves. Don't hate that. NZD CAD. Yeah, let's go look at NZD CAD. Fell apart. Never. I would have been completely wrong had I taken a trade on that. Though, 4-hour chart, holding support, trying to hold it here. NZD CAD. Is NZDCHF still on the list? Nope. NZDCHF fell off the buy list. It's just because we had such giant reversals. NZDCHF, I wanted this one long. You can see I tried to get it long. Took a loss on this one. Bought it here. Stopped out here. I mean, glad that I stopped out here, because now it's gone way back. Gold. We looked at gold earlier, but let's go back and check on it again. I mentioned I'd like to be long gold. For the intraday traders, look at that big pop on the upside on 15-minute chart here. Broke through that clean 1810 mark. And the candle is almost closed. So we'll see how this candle closes for the gold market. Euro USD. What's going on with the euro? Does the euro have any bias? Nope. Euro dollar, no bias. Just the chart recently, very choppy. For the euro traders out there, waiting for a break one way or the other. And man, I am telling you, there are just not a lot of trade setups right now. I know I sound like a broken record. If you guys tune into streams throughout the year, I know usually the streams are much more, I'm taking trades, I'm looking for setups. It's just been quiet. Look at that. The euro popping here a little bit today. Can that get a break above the previous high? It's coming back to test resistance, it seems. The real question will be to see if you can actually get a break above. If that happens, maybe the day traders get a hold of it. Pullback setups could be of interest, right? Continuation moves, that sort of thing. But again, need to see some strong closes outside of resistance for some of these markets to actually show some interest. And again, gold being probably the closest thing to an interesting setup for me right now would be a pullback after a break like this to support. And again, I'd like to see it clear up to 1815. So if we get a pop, there we go, a little bit of a pop up into here, right? And then pullbacks could be something sort of intraday to pay attention to. US 30. US 30 4-hour chart. Very quiet recently, the stock market has been. Not a whole lot of conviction here for me, to be honest. I mean, we broke support, so if anything, it kind of looks bearish, price action-wise. But the only trade setup would be to see if you're trying to sell into a spike or something like that. Like if you were to see this setup, looking for sell continuation. Guys, what I'm looking for is very often described in our technical analysis guide. If you don't already have our technical analysis guide, right here, we just dropped it in the chat. In terms of technical strategy, what I'm looking for is things that are moving. I'm looking for things that are trending well. And if you don't already have our technical analysis handbook, it is 100% free. Click this link, fill it out, and it's going to be sent to you. I mean, it is like the quality level of something that you would pay for in a course. I'm not even kidding. No cap. The truth is that should not be free, but we worked really hard on it, and we've actually made it free to everyone. So if you want our technical analysis handbook, it will show you how different entry strategies, exit strategies, stop loss management, things that I'm looking for, like I said, that I'm just not seeing right now in the markets, but at least you'll know what I am looking for. If you want access to that, again, it's like a free course. And again, there are no strings attached. Just fill that out and we'll email you a copy right away. So there you go. AUDUSD. That move, man. Broke clean out of resistance. I'm sorry, out of support. And again, same concept. I mean, there's just nothing even. There's no like structure to trade off of, even if that thing starts to pull back. Why is JPY falling? JPY is rising. It's the assets against it that are quite opposite. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you for you're making the money tree shake, if you will. I'm thinking NZD CAD short. If you look at the daily chart, I feel like this might be the start of a pullback to certain levels. Okay, let's go take a look at NZD CAD for you. And again, thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. So I think in terms of this level, this is sort of key structure here. If price does in fact break this, and this is what we talk about very often, right? If you're bearish on NZD CAD, all good. But what we probably would need to see for me to really consider this thing on the short side, and we'll tighten this up. We would need a extension beyond the lows that holds well. So if I'm looking at this thing, I'm saying, okay, I'd probably need a move down to 85.59 for this thing to be in a clear bearish trend. Okay. We use the fibs. It's a little handy trick we use. The fibs just to give us an outline of, well, then the 38.2, a healthy retracement level would be around here. Okay. We're plotting into the future. We're saying like, okay, if this trend continues all the way down here, then that's a confirmed break underneath the lows, clear decisive break. Right now we've seen a little pin bar action here. So it's kind of undecided whether or not this level will hold. So if we get like a break underneath and then a retest, then you're talking completely bearish trend. You have, to be fair, seen somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern. But again, head and shoulders, the big thing about it is, does it actually break underneath structure and hold that structure? Because right now on the 1 hour chart, you can kind of see price came down into this zone of support and kind of tried to hold it. So I don't have a huge bias on this one. But I do see what you're saying. If this thing sort of falls apart on the long side, which it already has shown some signs of that, there may be some excellent opportunities. And if you're short biased already, if you're like, okay, well, it broke the trend line, it broke support. If you're bearish already, maybe some pullback action could be interesting, right? Looking for something like this. So if you are bearish on NZCAD, what I'd say is break, retest, continuation, or pullback. If you're very confident in the sell being, a setup, something like this. So both of these could be opportunities if that is something you're looking to do. I'm not super in love with it personally. Did I have a voice crack? I didn't even recognize I did. I guess it happens so often. I'm just used to it by now. USD ZAR, NZD CAD, USD CAD, CHF JPY, Aussie dollar, pound Swiss, pound New Zealand, Aussie New Zealand, Euro NZD. Just staying strong, guys. I'm staying strong with it. There are several things that I want to be trading, but no setups just yet. Look at this. Gold confirmed breakout. This is what I was talking about, guys. We saw the move up to our level. We've put in this new high. So for day traders, on the gold long side, pull back into this area, gives you that 38.2 plus support. If you're patient, maybe that 50% retracement. Both of these levels look pretty good, in my opinion, for long side continuation. So if that happens in the next few days, hey, gold actually would be a setup, in my opinion. And this is what we do on these streams. We set up ideas, and then oftentimes I execute whenever they happen, whether that be on camera or off camera. If you guys are not already inside of our Discord channel, that's where I share all of my trades. And you can see, man, I have been very, very quiet recently, but I'm sure things will pick up pretty soon again. My last trade was on Euro NZD, took a small loss on that one. But yeah, I share all of my trades inside of Discord. If you don't already have the free Discord, join us. We'll drop a link in the chat for you if you'd like to try that one out, or just check out the free Discord available. We'll drop that link. You just fill out the form, and it invites you to join us within the group. So yeah, still no trades open. Market's very quiet this week. I'll be watching this week for possible setups, but no need to force trades when markets are choppy. It's just better to avoid taking unnecessary losses and just wait for a setup. And like I said, I do have a solid idea on gold. I like it long, 50% retracement. The technicals look very healthy. Just a matter of waiting for the setup. RH Knight, congratulations. You caught a good move then, my friend. That's awesome. Yep. So a little disappointing. I do wish I had a little bit more action going on, but again, this is December for you. Sometimes it's a bit tight, especially with 5 days to go until Christmas. If a setup comes, it comes. If it doesn't, we wait. So if I take any trades, like I said, it will be shared inside of Discord. And if you don't already have the Edge Finder, remember, you can also get access to the Edge Finder for a free trial just by clicking that link that we dropped in the chat. Maybe we can drop that one more time for people who would like to try out the software, play around with it. This is a great time if you are, if you've got some time off during the holidays. It's a great time to pick up the Edge Finder and start learning. It does have a bit of a learning curve to it, but it has been tremendously helpful to myself and many other traders who are looking to automate components of their trading, right? Finding things with the heat map, using the watch list, using the smart money tracker to see what institutional traders are doing, right? Tracking what the Federal Reserve's latest projections are. We have all these different metrics and indications within the software that are super helpful to traders. We also have fundamental analysis made super easy for traders as well. So if you don't already have the Edge Finder, pick it up this holiday season. It's a great time to spend some time learning it before the new year. Check that out in the description. And if you want to try it out for free, again, take advantage of the free trial that we're offering right now. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's live stream. Have a great rest of your trading day, and we will see you back next time. Catch you later.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember to check the description below if you're looking for a new broker or looking for a trading community to join. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.